credit for Albert Einstein. A lot of that technology was a lot older than Albert Einstein himself, and his research would allow you to believe. Einstein was a genius, and Einstein probably understood how a lot of the stuff that he designed worked. But Einstein got his general concepts from other sources that dated back tens of thousands of years. Now, I studied under people under the tutelage of Norm Tolson and Master Richard Burns for many years, and these people made me aware that these things existed tens of thousands of years ago and then disappeared from the face of the earth. And now, for 7,000 years since the pyramids, or since the lost colony of Atlantis 10,000 years ago, for the most part, civilization as we know it simply didn't exist. You see, for 10,000 years there was nothing except the covenant that was given to Moses by what we perceive to be God, and except for the covenant that was given to the Egyptians as the powerful talisman or field generating, whatever the pyramid did, it wasn't human. It didn't come from humanity. Whatever the Ark of the Covenant did, it didn't come from humanity. Whatever powers the Ark of the Covenant possessed, I watched these television programs with these small-minded creatures build a life-size Ark of the Covenant, and then from friction, they make a spark that goes about that far, 3/4 of an inch, like a spark off a spark plug from a car. And they say that the story in the Bible, that if you touched the side of the Ark of the Covenant, it would disintegrate you. It didn't just give you a spark, it didn't electrocute you and stop your heart. It would disintegrate you. The Ark of the Covenant would disintegrate you. It turned you into dust. And these people, you watch the History Channel, excuse me, I had something on my chin. The people on the History Channel spend $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 building a fake Ark of the Covenant, filming it for TV. They make a spark about this big after they spend $10,000 on a generator the size of 2 refrigerators, when the Ark of the Covenant didn't have an outside generator, and it would disintegrate you. Their generator, the size of a refrigerator, created a spark that went 3/4 of an inch, and maybe gave you a shock. It didn't kill you. 50,000 volts. A lot of people could just take their hand and put it on 50,000 volts. Unless it's alternating current, it's nothing. 100,000 volts. My aunt, she used to put her arms across 6 spark plugs on a 6-pack, and on a car with six spark plugs. She just put her arms down and shut the car off. She could do that, Aunt Jeannie. Anyway, these people that you see they make up these stories. Like, you think I made up the story, except that I showed you the pictures on the $1 bill. I'm the person, Michael Fazio is the person in the world that showed you the nuclear detonation over the Eagle's head. I am the person that showed you that there are 3,300 pictographs. I'm not making this stuff up. It's not like I made it up. I just showed it to you. Now, like with the Ark of the Covenant, that's not real. So you could say my story's not real, except that I give you videos where I show you that the words in the Bible line up with the pictographs on the $1 bill. Well, what, did I write the Bible? No, it's a legitimate question. I'd like you to answer. Did I write the Bible? Did I write the Bible? I didn't write the Bible. I didn't write the script. And talking about scripts, here's what I think. I think that the Bible, the $1 bill, the Ark of the Covenant, King Solomon's Temple, the Great Pyramid, and the $1 bill were all created by the same entity at least 7,000 years ago using a supercomputer, or what their concept of a computer is. But it wasn't made in 1934, folks. It wasn't made in 1934 from a man with the 12th grade education who had a set of pencils. I mean, even if he had a master set of draftsman tools, he could make the lines, he could make the circles, but he couldn't make the pictographs. And he could probably make some of the pictographs, but there were 3,300 pictographs. There are 130 pictures like this in my book, aka the owl, aka the bat, the skull and bones. There are 130 pictures in my book. 1,990 pages it took to describe 130 pictures and passages from the Bible. Now, some of the passages I might take in the book of Revelation is several hundred pages, but I only did the first 4 chapters. Nobody can prove me wrong. The argument that I had with the minister that was supposed to make my comic book, who backed out because of my crazy theories, because he thinks I am Satan-like. He insinuated with a question asking me if I believed that the bassinet that appears on the reverse of the $1 bill was a good bassinet. Is it a good bassinet? Now, no, I don't think it represents good, but I don't think it was made to represent bad either. Okay? You see, what I think is that they were all placed there by a race of beings to prove its own existence for some reason, whatever the reason is. And that the remnant society that controls this world is in fact in total control of this world. That's why we're not going to change anything. Now, am I giving up? If I was giving up, I wouldn't be making videos. Do I think we can change the system and that this nonsense that they're doing, Occupy Wall Street, is going to change anything? You know what that does? It creates a little bit of business for some people and a lot of bad business for other people. If they want to do it, that's their prerogative. I think you should do something. What I really think you should do to make everything better, I think let's get down to the point. What I think you should do to make things to change society for the better. When April 15th comes around this year, what I think you should do is you should figure out your taxes, and then if you have, let's say you made more money than the taxes cost this year, because they're supposed to triple or double at least. Let's say you made more money than the actual taxes. Remember, you used to work until April 15th, and then it was June 6th, and now it's September 9th you work until to pay your taxes. Well, let's say that some of you are more fortunate than others, and you made more money than your taxes actually are going to cost. What I think you should do is, if you made an extra $10,000 above what your taxes cost and above what it costs you for a cost of living, so you should take that $10,000 and add it as a donation to your taxes. Now, if everybody did that, the world would be, the economy would be fixed. So when you comes time to pay your taxes this year, folks, not only should you pay your taxes, but any money that you made more than your taxes and the gasoline, and don't go on vacation, because that money, you don't deserve a vacation. The people that own BP Oil Company and the Queen of England, they don't go on vacation. They live on vacation. They don't go on vacation. So you should send your money so that they can keep living on vacation. And you should kiss their asses for allowing you to breathe air. Because they're allowing you to breathe air. They're going to take that right away from you too soon. They're going to destroy the world's atmosphere and the environment via Monsanto genetic gene splicing that's putting all kinds of garbage in the seeds. I'll be long dead before this happens, so it don't matter. They're going to destroy this world's populace with nuclear detonation and depleted uranium. They're going to destroy it through birth control. They give you drugs so that you get an erection. They give you drugs so you could wake up. They give you drugs so you could sleep. I haven't taken more than an aspirin in 10 years. 15 years. No, 10 years. Okay? These people are going to kill 93% of the world's population. And you are not going to do a thing about it. So here's what you need to do is just get used to it and understand that when it comes time to pay your taxes, that any money that you made above and beyond your taxes, you should take that money and send it into the IRS with your taxes and say thank you for letting me breathe out. And thank you because as Bono's Entertainment, he explained to me that Obama has spent 10 times more money than Bush, and the unemployment has gone from 7% when Bush was in office. The unemployment in the state of Michigan